Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of The Big Dream, where we interview founders from all around the world who launched their business in the US. Today I have the honor of receiving Gilles from Mediarithmics, and we're going to learn all about his story.
The first time I went to the US, I traveled there when I was 21, so it was quite some time ago. And I traveled to Georgia, Atlanta, to study and to basically go into an MBA program, which was at Georgia Tech. Everything was much bigger than over here in Europe. So it was positively shocking. The most exciting was, I think at the time, it was back in the 90s, there was this American dream couple with a new thing that was called the internet that was completely new. Because the first time I came, I arrived on campus at Georgia Tech, I was given an email address. My first question was, what is it? And you can send messages to others on the campus and you get answers. It will be fun. And that was the beginning of this, basically. Founded the first company, Sticky Ads, I co-founded it in 2009, but very quickly we expanded to the US because the company was operating in the advertising technology market, so-called ad tech. And the epicenter of the ad tech market is New York, pretty much. So very quickly, after launching in France, we had to open an office in New York. And since that moment, pretty much in 2014-15, I traveled very regularly to New York, basically. It was every month at some point. I felt it's always odd. So the first time I got exposed to the American culture was in Georgia. So I was shocked by the accent from the South to start with. And about my accent, I never felt this was a problem as long as I was not doing too much effort to take an accent. So if you speak French accent, I realized that everybody understands you. I think it helped me a lot because basically I'm French, but I was born in a French territory, island, that's called New Caledonia. That's close to Australia. Raised in France, studied partly in the US for my MBA. I'm from two different cultures because my mother is originally from Asia and my father from Europe. So I'm what we call Eurasian. So I think it helped me a lot to try to get a feel of what is the cultural difference and how we can adapt and have fun in it, basically. When we arrived, basically, in New York, we had to make sure that we could localize our technology. We were not necessarily aware of that before arriving, so luckily we very early realized that the messaging, the way we pitch the technology, the solution, you have to adapt it to the American expectation. Also, the duration of the meetings are much shorter in New York than they are in Paris or London. So you have to get ready to be very good in a very short amount of time, basically. Like you said, I got lucky to sell the first company I co-founded, Sticky Ads, to a large American corporation, Comcast. And the best experience is I never realized that one day I would sell a company to the US, and I think the approach towards acquiring a company is very different on the side of the pond. Basically, it can go very fast. Money is just a tool they use. They have no complex about money, maybe not as much as we may have in France or in Europe. The deal was very fast, efficient, and it happened. So it's probably the most striking experience I've had in the US. I'm not sure I feel qualified enough to give any advice. I think the US is like any culture. You have to be open to difference, to embrace something that you cannot necessarily compare with your own culture or your own values. So you have to be open and curious for something new. So that's maybe the only piece of advice I would give. Mediarithmics is a company that's operating in the math tech market. So it's a short word for marketing and advertising technology. And basically what we build is a SaaS solution that we sell to either large media companies, large retailers, or large brands, that they can build their own customer data intelligence to collect this data that is a bit everywhere in the organization and make sure they can use this customer data for their own use for advertising purpose or to make sure they create efficient customer journeys. So that's what we do.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Gilles. Hopefully you can have the same success with this one too.
Hopefully, maybe bigger, I hope.